Blackety Black Business Alert, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Saritha's Kitchen in Lake Charles, Louisiana is starting snow crab Saturdays and Sundays. Their new weekend menu. You can order 1 pound of snow crab, 1 sausage, 1 corn, 2 potatoes, and butter sauce for $35. You can order 1 pound of snow crab, 8 shrimp, 1 sausage, 1 corn, 2 potatoes, and butter sauce for $45. If you haven't ordered before, the best way to pre-order is by calling or texting on Fridays or Saturdays. The delivery is the following day. Delivery or pickup is available, but please note that delivery is $5. Call 337-794-7005 to place your order. That's 337-794-7005 to place your order. Saritha's Kitchen, a food delivery kitchen by Ashleigh Robinson. For more information, check out the link in the episode description notes on this Blackety Black business.
Hello.
Ooh. Did I call like 1-800-SEXY girls or did I call Jeanne?
Skinamax.
Ooh, let me hang up and try again. Black at it again for another not so private conversation. Cheers to Martini Mondays.
Martini Whiskey Mondays.
Clink. Martini Mondays. Sidebar, whiskey and red wine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are having a martini, make sure it's extra dirty. Mm-hmm. Extra olives like we like it.
Mm-hmm. Extra dirty like the state of the United States right now.
Extra dirty like your president.
Right.
But we black. We are black by popular demand.
Mm-hmm. And how was your week last week?
My week was pretty chill. It was uneventful.
It's almost about that time, huh? It's almost about that time, huh?
Countdown. Keep those prayers coming. Because I'm going to need them.
I'm nervous for you, Shay. Because I saw a video of one of these schools in EBR that was on World Star. Oh Lord, EBR stay making it to World Star. I mean, like, McKinley High, why that sound familiar? And the students were going off in Microsoft Teams, cursing out each other. The teacher was just sitting like this. Like, she was so over it. And then this one, there's always one student who try to like interject, and she was like, y'all need to go somewhere else with that. Some of us trying to learn. And like, it's not funny, but it is funny. Because all you hear is like a pause, and then you hear, girl, shut the up.
See, last semester, we didn't do live classes that way where everybody was logged on at the same time. Yeah. Video cameras were not on. Now they're talking about this is what we're going to have to do. And I'm not here for it. Like, my Miss P's camera is not going to be turned on. I'm not enforcing no dress code. I'm not doing none of that.
What is that?
I don't know.
So, you saw what they were saying? Students not allowed to wear pajamas. I'm like,
I wish that I had the balls to tell a virtual student what they can wear in the comfort of their own home while they're on video with me. Like, as long as they ain't naked, we good. I don't care.
I said, what is going on? Are we really about to do this? Somebody put a comment and said, so what are y'all going to do? Send them home?
What are you going to do? Ban them from virtual learning? Right. Like, that's stupid. So I think it's just a way to not take responsibility for what's getting ready to happen. So y'all are crunching down on the wrong things.
Right. Absolutely incorrect.
I'm gonna just watch it crash and burn. I'm gonna do my job like how I'm supposed to do my job, but I'm not gonna be surprised when
You
it
can do
crashes.
your best and still watch it crash
I'm
and
going
burn
to do my best.
with a smile
That's
on
the
your.
plan. Absolutely.
It's like a
Absolutely.
smile, like knowing all smile on your face. Like
Teachers
evil.
know the real deal. Like teachers know what we're about to get into. So I'm going to do my part. I will never not do that, but I'll do my
I'm
part,
praying for you,
and
sis.
then I'm just gonna sit back and be like, well, is what it is.
I'm keeping you and all the other educators in my prayers.
Thank you. On behalf of all the educators, we appreciate it.
Because a lot of these kids, they need to be
Ooh.
like some hands on them and some fists too.
The biggest experiment in educational history is about to go down.
A mess. So, anyways, I'm glad you called me this week because I wanted to talk to you about what's been going on with this whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's been a while since it happened, but the one thing I noticed, which at first I didn't really notice because, I don't really pay attention to social media. But then I saw someone post an article on either the Medium or on Blavity about Megan Thee Stallion and how with her situation, a lot of her peers didn't come out and speak on her behalf and, for her protection. You know how usually a rapper gets shot, you see all these people like The Game. I even saw Trey Songz like release a statement about somebody he knew, Snoop Dogg. Like we all know these high performance, high quality, well-knowing, I wouldn't say high quality, well-knowing rappers, well-known rappers just give their 2 cents and support this person, but we haven't really seen that with this situation. So if you don't know what happened because you've been living under a rock, and I live under a rock, so if you don't know, it's like you further under a rock than me.
She social distances from social media.
I'm serious. Like what's below a rock? Clay. But so on the morning of July 12th, there was a call to the police department about a disturbance outside of a Hollywood Hills residence around 4 a.m. According to TMZ's initial report, an argument swayed and someone fired shots in the air before taking off in a vehicle. And, later on, police found Meg and Tory. Now, a couple of days later, Megan Thee Stallion released a statement where she detailed suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in one of her feet. Or both her, was it one or both?
I think it was both of her feet.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how it was a crime committed against her and with the intentions of doing harm on her. Mm-hmm. She talked about how she wasn't arrested, and then there was a video released later showing her getting out of the car with Tory Lanez laying on the ground, and her best friend, I think the best friend's name was Nicole. I can't remember the last name. For some reason, I want to say Parker, but I know that's not it. It's Kelsey. Kelsey Nicole. Oh. Nicole Parker. But her best friend Kelsey was in the car when all this happened. Megan Thee Stallion, she did get picked up by police, but she was brought to the hospital where she had to get undergo surgery to remove the bullets out of her feet. So during this time, there was like a whole bunch of rumors that came out. Social media really is like the perpetrator of most of these rumors about saying that she was fighting him and that's why he shot her. And not only were they saying rumors like she deserved to get shot.
Wait, people really said that?
Yeah, they were saying that she put her hands on him.
Oh wow.
That's was though
So
that
she deserved to be shot?
I mean, they didn't say she deserved to be shot. It's just like the way they were justifying
Mm.
her being shot is, well, she was fighting him and put her hands on him, so maybe he was trying to protect himself, right?
Wow.
I
Cause
know.
cause Megan is what, 5'9", 5'10",
Mhm.
and Tori is 5'3", 5'4".
He's a little bitty. Like
Mm.
the
Mm-mm-mm.
rumors got so bad to where they were even accusing her best friend of shooting her, and her best friend came
Right.
out with a statement. So when I first saw anything about this, it's because I saw the statement that the best friend made on Instagram, where she
Mm.
just basically was like, look, I want to clear up some rumors that I shot Meg. She was like, I wasn't the one with the gun, but I was present. And like
Okay.
that's all she said. And then for the longest, like even when Megan Thee Stallion, it's like I have to call her by the whole. It's like a pimp named Slickback, Megan Thee Stallion. So, so Megan Thee Stallion also released a statement outside of her first one, talking about how it was done with the intentions of harm being done with to her, because not only were people coming up with these rumors, they also was getting their kicks off with jokes about her getting shot in the foot.
See, I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't see any of the jokes because that would have just made me angry because there's nothing okay about this situation at all.
Like the poor girl did a video where she busts out crying
Yeah, I
talking
did see
about it.
that. Hmm.
She talked about how it was the worst experience
Hmm.
of her life. That is a direct quote. She
Yep.
said it was the worst experience of her life. Like they didn't break any bones. She said they
Right.
didn't tear any tendons, but the bullets were in her feet, and they had to do surgery to get them removed. And she talked about how this was traumatizing.
Right.
And it sucks how people are really getting their kicks off about this woman getting shot in the foot, when we have seen so many times when gun violence have happened on a man, and the outpour, I guess there's not really outpour of concern in this
Mm.
situation, but there
Mm.
was way more outpour of concern in the male situation, and I just don't get it.
Well, you know what that is pointing to.
I know what it's pointing to, and Megan even like put out another statement later talking about, and we have heard this quote 1,001 times, that Black women are the most unprotected.
Hmm.
And it is true, because
Yeah.
Tory Lane's bond was $35,000. So they arrested him because of a violation of probation or something like that. Like felony possession of a gun or something like that.
Mm.
I can't exactly remember. Um, with the
Possession of a gun and not like attempted whatever. He
it
shot the
was
girl in the feet.
it was felony count of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle. That's
Mm.
what he was charged and arrested for.
So he wasn't actually named as the person who did this to her.
Not by the police officers. No, he was not. And he still has not been. Is shocking how hush hush things have been.
Hmm.
We're like mid August now, and this happened July 12th.
Wow.
So the only thing that the police officer has said is that the witnesses described a vehicle. They detained multiple people that was involved during a traffic stop, and one was charged with concealing the firearm in the vehicle, and that's all they said. They said Daystar.
Because that is his name.
It
Where,
makes me think of, you remember Superstar, Daystar.
like, where Tori came from, I don't know, but that boy's name is Daystar.
You know how black people, we be coming up with nicknames out of nowhere. I'm thinking like Daystar, Star, Tari.
No, that is a reach and a half. His name is Daystar Peterson.
I mean,
Where
black people.
Tory Lanez from? I get that Tory Lanez is a stage name, but sir, your mama named you Daystar.
You might think it's a reach, but we see black people reaching all the time. It don't mean that it makes any less sense.
The nicknames are out of hand, but hey.
And he's not American, right?
I think he's Canadian or something.
Right. So
because wasn't there a rumor like he was extradited to Canada or something like that?
Right. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to say.
Yeah, I think he's from Ontario. But then someone said I don't know if they saw him in Canada at a McDonald's talking to a homeless man, or they saw him in the States at a McDonald's talking to a homeless man. I don't know, but I know this whole thing is really, really strange. And I know that, like you said, there was not enough attention on this matter for me, and I don't like it.
It's really disheartening, especially because of like what I have seen on social media. Just looking at what people have to say and the overall conversation around it seems like it's overshadowing the violent act that actually happened. Is like, oh, as long as we can get our laughs off, it doesn't matter that this girl's life was actually in danger. I feel really bad for her that she had to go through this, and she even said I had to go through this to learn that I have to protect my peace. And it's like, sometimes
watch the people that I'm around and the people who I allow around me.
It's a lesson, and she's taking it as that. And I guess like to move forward, that's all she could do, just to make sure she don't ever find herself in that situation again. But I just don't want her to think that this is somehow her fault in any way at all. I don't know. Even if she was fighting him, I don't feel like that.
I mean, she said that she wasn't. She said she did not put her hands on anybody. Yes,
she stated before she got shot, she didn't touch nobody. That's and she didn't deserve to get shot. And I agree with that.
Yeah. And I think it's important to note that she also said she's not protecting whoever did it. It's just, she wasn't ready to talk about it. And probably because of legal matters as well, she can't just come out and disclose all this information, because this is like it's serious, and it's a legal issue. So I know hopefully she's being, smart about what she says and how she portrays herself in the media. But I will say for someone who just, was assaulted physically and was shot in her feet, she picked up it and really just like moved forward really quickly, and it feels like really seamlessly. But then again, you don't know the mental toll it's taken on her, the psychological toll it's taken on her, because she either her dad is no longer alive or he's in prison. I think he's passed though. And then I think she lost her grandmother and she lost her mom as well. And so she's just out here, which is a part of the reason why I think she broke down on that Instagram live when she did it. She's just out here trying to figure life out, as a young rapper who was up and coming for a while, and now she's hit it big. Like Megan Thee Stallion is all the rave, and she now has to figure out who's real around her.
That's true.
And it sucks that she had to go through this to figure out that whoever she was hanging around wasn't real. Like, I think her best friend is good people. I also saw a report
Kelsey.
where Kelsey, and then her bodyguard, he came out and was like,
I saw that.
I wasn't there that night. And I was thinking to myself, like, where was you at? But
yeah,
like, he was like, I wasn't there that night.
well, you have to remember, and I forgot to mention this to you, they were leaving a pool party from Kylie Jenner's house
again.
You know.
but the security, her security guy did say, if I would have been there, this would have never went down. Like, no doubt about it, this would have never happened. She would have never been in this predicament. And I really do want to believe him, but you know, he wasn't there, and this did happen, and now she has to go through this. But you know, I hate to say that, but she's so strong and she's going to get through it. It's true, but at the same time, it's like, bro, why do we always have to be strong?
Yes. And you know, it's a sad reality that we're pretty much raised knowing that no one's going to protect or care for us. Like, we have dads and brothers, and like,
we have people around us.
And our family has like told us how, you know, they always have our back. Our dads have made it clear that they will kill for us. But in that same conversation, my dad did also express to me that there's going to be situations that I'm put in where I'm going to have to be strong for me, and I'm going to have to take care and stand up for myself. And there's going to be times where, because I'm a Black woman, my voice is going to be diminished.
Yeah, and I think that quote was that you were saying, it was a quote like, Black women are the most unprotected.
People. So the most unprotected person in America is the Black woman, is right. The direct quote. Yeah.
But the real quote is, the Black woman is the most disrespected of all. And it's like, yeah, because when you think about it, it's just flat out disrespect. We don't get the same respect as any other person walking this earth. We're the most educated, but we're the most disrespected.
And let's not forget, like, the third line of that quote is, the most neglected person in America is also the Black woman. Like, I don't know if you saw a few months back, or maybe it was even last month, there was a clip on social media with this Black woman being knocked unconscious with a skateboard.
What?
And people was, yes. Yes, she was laying in trash, crying and like embarrassed, and it's like her body was shocked with embarrassment. She couldn't move, and people just laughed. But I don't know how many clips we have seen with a Black woman, somebody ripping her wig off, or you know, like a Black girl in class and a guy like pulling her chair and she's falling, or you know, or something stupid. But when you see these videos, the one thing you don't see, oh yeah, look, how can I forget the Black woman inside of the hair shop and the Asian man like beating on the Black woman?
Oh my goodness.
So we see this stuff all the time. Megan Thee Stallion's situation isn't unique to what Black women have been going through since the beginning of time. It's just the latest one in a long line.
Right.
If anything, it doesn't seem like it's getting any better for us. It seems like us as Black women are getting better because, like, you know, we're more educated, we're stronger, we're like able to hold it down a lot better. We are expanding our minds in branching out into different fields of work that we thought wasn't available to us before.
We're doing everything they told us that we could not do.
Exactly.
Literally
but
everything.
It seems like even with doing all those and getting all these accolades professionally and educationally, it still seems like societally we still don't have that support.
Yeah, it's very hard for Black women to get any type of like sympathy when things happen to us. It's hard for us to be seen as victims. It's instead you would just rather make fun of us like they did Megan and mock us than, you know, appreciate Black women or even just treat us with compassion. It's really difficult for society to see us as anything other than you know, just I don't even have the word for it. Like that's just, like I don't know. It seems like we're an afterthought, or we have a negative connotation to our existence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's add in there that all of this stuff against Tory Lanez is alleged.
Alleged. That is true. So his alleged domestic violence attack, because that's what it was. I don't see how people can constantly still make excuses for behavior like this. I don't know how many times like people have to say the proof is in the pudding and the devil is in the details, because statistics show that like approximately 3 women are killed by a spouse, lover, or partner every day. 53% of these women are Black. Black women are 4 times more likely than their white peers to be murdered by a lover, and 7 times more likely to be killed when pregnant than white women. So while y'all out there laughing and kikiing and thinking this is just like the funniest thing that happened in 2020, remember things like that. Because if something would have happened and she would have lost her life, how many of those same people we see aren't saying shit about her being shot? Probably gonna be the first ones putting out these long messages about we need to stop the violence and, you know, Black on Black crime that don't exist.
just say you hate Black women and keep it moving. I'd rather you just be real with me to my face. Like, just put your misogyny on parade, please, and keep it moving. So at least I know up front. Like, and it's not just in Black culture. It's in every culture.
It is in every culture, but Black women are less likely to be believed.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
that's what I said. Like, our existence has such a negative connotation to it. Like, what do we do in this case?
I don't know. It's like it's our race. But you know, we can say it's our race, our gender. I feel like class doesn't matter because obviously, you know. So I really think when it comes down to it, it's like being Black and a woman is like a toxic combination in this world that we live in. So,
I mean, Megan and Tory, and that's not even speculating on if they had a romantic relationship or not, because I frankly do not care if they did.
I've been seeing like a mix, like some people say friends, like some articles I read refer to them as friends. Some articles I read refer to them as romantic partners. So
I don't give a damn.
Sure.
I don't care what they were. I just know that if it's Tory, allegedly it's Tory, you got to do the time, bro. You got to do the time. Like, think back, because Megan's not the first. Unfortunately, she's not going to be the last, because again, like, Black women are the most disrespected of all people. So think about Ike and Tina. We joke all day long about Ike Turner and Tina Turner, but when you really think about it, it's not funny. Violence is not funny.
Girl, Chris Brown and Rihanna. We still know people who joke about that.
It's not funny. And y'all swear up and down we're going to get these jokes off on Black Twitter because, you know, we just here for shits and giggles. It's not funny.
You know, instead of like constantly, because you saw the victim blaming throughout all this. It's like, oh, she had to do something for him to shoot her in the foot. So instead of always asking, it's like time and time again, y'all will ask black women what we did to like provoke an unsolicited attack
like that, please.
Right. So why don't we, for once, like turn that focus around and ask these men that are the actual perpetrators about what they did and why they did it, and actually hold them accountable? Like, what is up with this culture of this is house business? Because that's one of the reasons why a lot of black women don't come forward when things like this happen. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion wasn't trying to protect him per se, but I still think she was trying to keep house business in the house at first. So, you know, I don't really think it's protecting him. I don't think she was protecting him. Yeah. I really
I'm not protecting them.
Right. So she's a black woman with a certain physique, and I also find that to be something that's also discriminated against about black women.
Everything that you can say about black women is going to be put down or discriminated against. They don't like us because we're smart. They don't like us because we're tall. They don't like us because we're confident. They don't like us because we're articulate. They don't like us because we have 6 and 7 degrees. They don't like us they don't like us because we have standards. They don't like us because we talk about sex. They don't like us because we're talented or because we're this or that. It doesn't matter. Like, just say y'all don't like black women and keep it moving. Like, that's just, it is what it is. Are you intimidated by us? I've always wanted to know. And I'm not even saying like me, I'm saying black women
right
as a whole. Look at what they said about Michelle Obama when her husband had just become elected president.
But you know, the same thing they were saying about Michelle Obama is the same thing that they said about Serena Williams.
It's the same thing they said about Serena. It's the same thing they said about Beyonce. We can't win for losing, but we gonna keep winning though.
You know, they really tried to use Megan Thee Stallion's build against her, and that was one of the things that was made fun of when they were making fun of her getting shot, was the fact that she's a curvy, solid woman. It's not like she's flabby. She's like, she looked like she got like 0% body fat. It's just all
because Megan fine. Because Megan is a brick house, and because Megan is stunning all you niggas. Like, y'all mad.
Hello.
And I'm not even a Megan stan, but it's like y'all are putting this energy. It's the same thing about when Beyonce picked up weight. Beyonce had 3 kids. It's the same thing when Rihanna picked up weight. That's Rihanna business. Mind yours. It's the same thing they said about Lizzo, because Lizzo is unashamed of her body.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are always gonna find something to be upset at black women about.
Well, they were calling her like transgender and was saying that like he basically that's why he shot her.
Man, get out of here.
Yeah. And it really brought me back to like that whole thing with Serena Williams and how people were saying she was born a man. You remember that?
I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, that's the worst thing that is, oh, I was born a man. So that's not the worst thing ever. Whatever. That really,
I ain't gonna even be able to get my point across. Like, it pisses me off, and because I have been attacked, I couldn't feel a certain type of emotion because like I'm solid, play sports and strong. So I'm not allowed to cry. Like, you're not allowed to cry. You bench press more than such and such, you know? And it's just like, what? Like, this makes no sense.
So because I look a certain way, or
because I look a certain way,
you don't recognize my humanity? Okay.
Like, not even the humanity, but the femininity. Like, it's like, oh, so all my femininity is erased because of my build.
But femininity looks so many different ways, and that's what's wrong with society today. Y'all subscribe to one type of femininity, or the type of femininity that you're okay with, and that's not cool.
This all just goes into a bigger conversation because the way we look, the way we shape, are certain reasons why police officers treat us different than they treat other women races. Like, I don't know how many videos of a black girl I didn't see where a police officer is really wrestling her down like she's a man the same size as him. And then they refer to us as superhuman or subhuman, right? Are you like, it's like,
that is crazy. I've seen.
How did you get this job?
I've seen too many videos where cops have body slammed a 13-year-old girl, just face down. I've actually seen with my own eyes a grown man body slam a specifically built teenager because he couldn't control her right in front of me. And it's just like,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
It like I don't have the words, and it's more than frustrating. And there's no reason why Black women should be manhandled. Black women should even just be mistreated. Why did this girl get shot in her feet? I just want to know why. We'll probably never find out why.
Exactly.
Why is this stuff still happening?
When it comes to being supported by your fellow Black woman, that is where the ball has like been dropped like triple times over in this situation. Because I don't know if you saw how Drea spoke out and what she said about it. Did you see that?
Drea been taking L's for a minute now. As far as I'm concerned, she can go. She could have been left like 4 or 5 years ago because she has nothing to contribute. Nothing. Like I wrote Drea off a long time ago.
She always getting in trouble for her mouth.
Her reckless, yet, uninformed, ignorant mouth.
But yet she keep putting her foot in it. It's like foot and mouth syndrome to extreme. But I just don't understand because you are a Fenty ambassador. Rihanna.
No more.
Exactly.
No more.
A former Fenty ambassador. Rihanna like invented and owns Fenty, and you make a comment about domestic violence and your boss is a victim of domestic violence.
That's like more, that's more than putting your foot in your mouth. You put your foot up your own behind.
Fire me, please. Fire me.
Rihanna, I don't want this bag. Take it from me, please.
She said, I'm gonna file for this unemployment like millions of the rest of America is doing right now. That's what Dre said.
Her baby daddy is I don't know, he plays sports, so maybe she But Drea can go.
So for the LDBs who don't know what she said, she basically talked about how it's like a sort of Bonnie and Clyde type of thing, is ride or die type of mentality. And that
I don't want it if he can't get mad enough to shoot me in the feet.
In the foot. There you go. Girl. There you go.
What kind of toxic relationship you subscribe to? Aside from Drea, I will say that I do, because it's not all like nobody came to Megan's side or whatever.
I'm mainly speaking.
Reach out to her.
I'm mainly speaking about well-known Black rappers who seem to always come out and have their fellow male Black rappers back if a shooting happens. You'll even see like well-known Black rappers cape for a not well-known rapper because they got shot and in the hospital that like pretty much nobody knows. That's probably a local rapper that they're trying to put on. But everybody knows who Megan Thee Stallion is.
But you said 3 key words: Black, male, rapper. Toxic trash, and even more toxic.
I just wish like they would have our backs as much as we
I
have
wish.
theirs.
I
And
absolutely wish.
I bet you those same ones who didn't come forward and say anything about this were the same ones coming forward and saying shit about WAP when it released by Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Because that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But I
don't have enough wine for that.
the points connect though. The points connect. Like you're using your platform to talk about this, but you're not using your platform to talk about like a life-threatening situation that she went through.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not talk about,
and not even like gendered, but just rappers period. Like, this is somebody else, this is your peer, so why would you not be in support? Or is there some sort of loyalty to Tory Lanez in the situation? Allegedly he's the one who committed this crime. Was that an issue, that they have ties to Tory Lanez, so nothing was said? Or was it that for once they didn't want to speak without facts? I don't know, because none of us clearly know. None of us really know, what happened.
There's not much that we know. It seems allegedly like the figures are pointing towards Tory Lanez. If it was him, all my points stand. If it wasn't him, I mean, then all these points can just translate to the person it actually was. But
whoever
my points, right? My statements that I made about the support and the disrespect of Megan Thee Stallion still stand, because that actually did happen. If Tory Lanez shot her or not, she still got shot in the foot, and people still made fun of it, and other people still didn't come to support her as much as they do with their other peers. So I'm not saying she didn't get any support. I'm just saying the outpour of support wasn't as massive as it usually is.
And maybe it did happen. Maybe it just wasn't on display for social media. But as far as I know, the only people I really, really know, maybe a few celebrities on Instagram that I actually saw post certain things. I don't know if they personally reached out to her, but I know that Cardi B did reach out to her, and they both said as much. And I know for sure that Beyonce reached out to her. I just feel like for all of Megan's contributions as of late, the entire rap community should be behind this girl.
Right.
Like, that's just what I think. But again, we said Black women are the most disrespected, the most unprotected. So I'm not surprised that the response was jokes and laughs and a weak supportive response.
And Black women, we need to protect each other, because a lot of these jokes were by Black women. And I don't know.
See, I'm glad I didn't see that. I'm so glad I didn't see it. I saw a lot of...
You didn't see it either.
I saw a lot of Black guys, which I was not surprised, but because they are so quick to put Black women against each other. Like, oh, well, Black women disrespect each other all the time. But it's like,
go somewhere else with that bull.
You're like an all lives matter person.
Yes, like you really all lives mattering me to my face, like straight to my face, for real. Like,
it's annoying.
On my timeline. Are you serious right now? When people see Megan Thee Stallion, they may just see like this hot girl, but if you really follow her, you would know that she was, I think she was like a bill collector trying to support her rap career. And she said when she became a rapper, she's going to use that money to finish her education and open up her business. So, like, but that doesn't matter. I guess none of that matters.
No, it only matters what you see and what you perceive. It doesn't actually matter real people. Like, real people's stories don't actually matter. Their truths don't really matter. It's all about what you think and what you feel and what you believe.
every time I go down into like these comments,
Never
like,
read the comments.
oh my God, I just go down these comment rabbit holes, and this was one of them. And the amount of people replying like in agreement was just pissing me off. Like, I was getting so mad, I was yelling at my phone, and I was like, you know what, this is why I don't check this shit in the first place.
That's what you get for looking at the comments.
That's why I never go on to this shit in the first place.
Never look at the comments.
Never log into it again. But you know, just like everything else that we face, it is another hurdle, but it's not nothing that we haven't gotten past before.
Yeah, it's nothing that we can't handle.
Exactly. And I just like you said, even though she shouldn't have to be strong, we know that she'll be able to get through it. I believe that she'll be able to get through it. I also believe that she should make sure she is reaching out to the correct resources to get through some trauma like this. Like, seek therapy. Like, I hope that if she needs therapy, she seeks it. She can have somebody to talk to.
She does.
Her friend too, and her friend Kelsey too, because it had to be traumatic witnessing something like that.
Yeah, whatever, and that goes for everybody. Whatever you need to do to heal, do that. You don't have to seek permission from anybody. Like, whatever it takes, you need to do that, because just like Megan said, she needs to learn how to protect her peace. She needs to learn how to protect her energy. We all got to do that for ourselves.
So hopefully she'll be able to take this and using it as a driving force, you know?
Oh, it's one thing that everybody should be able to recognize about Megan Thee Stallion is that nothing is going to stop this girl. Like, as soon as that happened, a few weeks later, WAP came out, probably the biggest hit of her career. And Megan gonna do what she do, just like Cardi gonna do what she do, just like Rihanna gonna do what she do, just like Beyonce gonna do what she do, just like Serena gonna do what she do.
Just like Michelle
gonna do it. Like, and y'all are gonna stay mad. And that's stay mad. We don't care. We're gonna do what we do. Y'all ain't gonna like it if we do well. Y'all ain't gonna like it if we do bad. So we gonna do what we do.
Either way, y'all gonna have something to talk about. Oh my God, they always gonna find something to talk about.
Stay mad. I'm with it, girl. I support you.
Yeah, you
from a new
prayers.
Houstonian to a native Houstonian. I support you, girl.
To a faraway fan,
from an LDB,
from an LDB girl. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for her best friend. Like, I'm praying for everybody that was involved in this situation. Yep. You know, I'm pretty sure that when they went out that night, they did not think that this was going to happen.
Yep. Just gotta watch who you're around. That goes for everybody. Watch your circle. Watch who you're around. Protect your energy.
Yes.
Protect yourself.
LDBs, and protect your peace. So I'm going to leave you with that this week, and next week I'm going to talk to you again for another Not So Private conversation. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, long distance besties, for joining us again for another Not So Private conversation. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Jeanne V. Williams. That's at Jeanne, Jeanne V. Williams, and at Perfectly Mia. That's at Perfectly MIA. And if you have any topic suggestions or any questions, shoot us an email at notsoprivatepod@gmail.com.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. Remember to leave a review on Spotify, Apple, and Google. You can also find us at Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and Breaker. And you can find us on anchor.fm/NotSoPrivatePod. Now you can also hear us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Not So Private Podcast channel. Now, with all of that being said, join us next time for another Not So Private conversation.